Okay, everybody put in an effort with how they look today. Me too, by the way. I don't usually look like this. I wish I did. But there's one thing that I always like to do. I make sure I sound like this, even if I don't look it, even if I'm not dressed as nicely as I am now. This took me hours, by the way, to look like this. And I needed some urgent help with the hair, thanks to a friend in the audience. But what I can tell you is how we sound is pretty important too, not just how we look. So I made it my career. Today I have the honor to tell you about basically my entire life. What I do, what I've done, how I've shaped your life in the UAE and beyond, where you've heard me, both my music and my voice, and so much more. But first, I want to go all the way back. Why? Because we're here at TEDxLUBM. This is a little tidbit on where you've heard me. You've probably heard this voice all over the country and beyond. But how did I get here? How did I actually build myself? And what's my story? Because I know people who know me for certain things and people who know me for other things. I have important people in my life who helped me shape my life and clients that believed in me, unlike anyone else. But where did it really start and how did I kick off this life of mine? Let's go to Lebanon, Tripoli, 1994. I was born. Without that, I wouldn't be here today. I continued on till the age of 7 years old, where I acquired the English language, even though I was in a French school. Je parle français excellemment. That's what I studied in Lebanon. And it works sometimes, but I then realized I'm really out of practice. From there, I, at the age of 9, picked up a guitar because one of my brothers got a guitar home. And I just, like any other kid, wanted to do this, right? I mean, we all just want to go like that. And my mom and dad were like, let your brother play with the guitar. My brother was like, fine. And I picked up the guitar and I played a little bit, and something happened. Something that doesn't really happen with a lot of people all the time. Can you imagine yourselves knowing exactly what you want to do on this planet from the age of 9 years old? Literally, no exaggeration, no salesy pitch, no nothing. Straight up question. Imagine you knew what you wanted to do undeniably and uncontrollably on this planet at the age of 9. That's my story. It's the second I held that guitar and I started playing with it. And then by the age of 11, I picked up the electric guitar and then the keyboard and then a little bit of violin and then a little bit of bass and then a little bit of drums. I really suck at the drums, by the way. But everything else, I did pretty okay. So my mom and my dad decided to put me in a music school. Of course, he has to learn, right? So I went in, off to the music school I go. I'm trying to be a bit quick here because I want to get you to the good stuff. So I went in and I started learning acoustic and electric guitar. I had a teacher. His name is, well, I can't really say his name. Let's just say Joe, okay? Mr. Joe had a beautiful sort of like, I don't know, it's just, you know, one of those French sort of mustaches, really, really nice ones where you just want to go and do this. So one of those guys. And every time I came, he's like, Ahmed, you need to understand the instrument. You need to, very Lebanese guy who just chose that accent for whatever reason. And I'm like, you know, trying to learn everything. And then I realized something. I didn't agree with what he said. That is the first formidable memory or core memory I had as a kid was, what do you mean this is right and this is wrong in music? I don't understand what that even means. So I went on with my life without learning music. And then I started failing school, which is academia. In Lebanon, we have the French system, so there's something called brevet, which is the 11th grade. I failed it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Proudly, by the way. The reason why is because I knew I had something with this music thing. How did I know? People booed me off stage. Today, I have the honor of standing here in front of you and millions who will see this, but back then, I was the weird guy playing guitar and not playing Red Hot Chili Peppers or any bands, but writing his own music. And they didn't like it. And guess what? I agree with them. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was noise. But that's how you start in anything in life. I continued on from then, and then because of a friend, I met a guy. I can't say his name, but that guy introduced me to another guy. I can say this guy's name, Jean-Marie Rieshi. To those from Lebanon, you probably know this name. He's the composer of Nancy Ajram, Elisa Haifohabi, and others. And he liked me. And he liked my brain and how free I was from the musical grid of education. And because of him, I composed Yalla by Melhem Zein and Vivian Mrad and ended up working with Nancy Ajram, Elisa, and others by the age of 17. Can you imagine? 9 years old, no idea, boom, I want to make music. 17, on stage with a pop star in Lebanon? What? So I'm like, I'm all the way up there now, all right? And my ego flared all the way up. But then, like God usually does, teaches us a very important lesson. It went all the way back down. Quite literally, because I ended up being in a car accident and the only survivor of the car accident, where the car I was in, my best friend, the driver, and my other best friend, the passenger, fell from a bridge all the way to the valley, the Wadi, in Tripoli, Lebanon, on August 2nd, 2012. So we're here to talk about restart today. Boy, do I have a restart for you. What happened with me is my heart stopped working for 46 seconds and came back to life without medical assistance. Literally. You can look this up, all validated online. Look me up. And because of that, I found myself in a bed in a hospital. 2012. I was in a coma for a month and 3 days. I woke up. What's going on? Can't move my hands. Can't move my legs. All I could do, I was like, a shish kebab, wallah al-azim. يعني shish kebab, al-akhir, يعني just like this, on the bed, and all I could do was this. That was it. It's all the movements I had available at the time. None of the nice hand stuff. So from there, I realized I don't have any education. I don't have any accomplishments. I have nothing. All I have is the few songs that I worked with John Marie. So my mom looked at me and she said, you're going to Dubai. And my God, did she save my life, my mom. Even though she did not like my music. I'll prove it to you. I came to Dubai, and I was having coffee with a friend. Like anybody, I was working a full-time job. And then I got fired, because I guess I'm not that type of person. I wanted to be free, mentally, above all else. So I was working this job, and I went and had a coffee with a friend, and he looked at me as like, listen, you're great with people. You're great with talking. You make unique music. And at the same time, you want to enter the industry properly. Why don't you do sonic branding? I'm like, what's sonic branding, dude? And he's like, pa-da-pa-pa-pa, I'm loving it. I'm like, McDonald's? What do you mean? The jingle? He's like, no, the sonic branding. So a quick Google research on what is sonic branding, and boom, my career was set in place. That, ladies and gentlemen, was 11 years ago. And then from there, I started composing what is now known as some of the most iconic pieces of music in the UAE, now the Middle East, and now officially the planet. Don't worry, I'll prove it to you. Don't worry about it. But during this journey, I discovered the power of my voice, the power of networking, using my voice, and the power of actually feeling other people in the conversation rather than just make them opportunities to get me or my career to a certain place. And that's because of a few very, very, very incredible people who looked me in the eye and said, stop trying to sell me. And it hit me. It really did. And it broke me in half. And it then helped me restart. The car accident helped me restart. The people who told me the truth told me to restart. And guess what? It was those people that told me to stop trying are the people who ended up working with me. Incredible. And then I grew and I learned everywhere in between. And today, after discovering my voice and having the pleasure and the honor to be collaborating with the Dubai government on pretty much all the voices in the country, I sound like... Wait. One second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dubai Opera, Coca-Cola Arena, Dubai International Airport. السيدات والسادة، مرحبا بكم في دبي أوبرا. يرجى العلم أن العرض سوف يبدأ You guys went on the monorail, the metro in Jumeirah, you know the المحطة التالية هي Gateway. عند نزولك من القطار, right? The next station is Gateway, Al-Ittihad Park, and the rest. What about Dubai International Airport? Puts you in the mood to travel, right? And so much more. But that's not actually what I do. See, I run a production house and I built a school that's the opposite of a conventional school. And I take you on this journey, ladies and gentlemen, where I, a wannabe musician, according to a lot of people, even the girls I liked in school, you know how much that hurt? It's like, you're not good. I'm like, okay. Well, to all the girls who said I'm not good, to my ex-music teacher who said I'm not good, well, guess what? Guess what, buddy?
InsuranceMarket.ae.
Probably heard that, right? Well, what about دبي بوليس نرحب بكم, right? Okay, well, what about, right? Okay. You guys have breakfast, right? Cereal? Yeah, this American conglomerate was composed by a Lebanese guy who nobody believed in.
Kellogg's.
Yeah, that's been around 130 like markets, company, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, I have one more. I really want to tell you guys. This is a world premiere, as one would say. We all like hotels, right? So I had the privilege of doing the global music identity for Rixos Hotel. Wait, when was that? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago, Rixos Hotels. And they've got like 30 something hotels. And the music in the lobby, all of that, all mine. But now, many people here from India, I'm guessing, a lot of people are going to be watching, right? A Lebanese guy did the official music identity of Taj Hotels. Look at that. This entire music identity was built from 4 notes and then divided to music to be used on social media, digital, online, everywhere in between. So what is sonic branding? It is a marketing and branding tool that is used to create an immediate and instantaneous connection with the audience. Brands use them so that they can connect better and become iconic. And as you've heard from my work, and I have more than 120 of these companies, a lot of them have become very, very famous. But I'll tell you how I achieved this. I achieved this by constantly restarting my mindset. I achieved it by constantly truly believing that no matter what I touch on a keyboard, it's gonna end up being special. And that's not the case at all. A lot of the times my neighbors tell me, please, can you put it down? I need to get some sleep. I have work at 5 in the morning. And I happen to compose late at night. But a lot of these compositions ended up becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. I had the privilege of working with Loar Kotler, the voice of Dune, on Hans Zimmer's theme. I had so many things that I've done and so much that I'll still do. But it's all because I believed in the power of me and the power of branding and the future of our lives. So let me leave you with one thing today beyond what you know me by. Let's talk about the future. AI. Hey, Ahmed, isn't AI gonna take your job away? Hey, Ahmed, isn't AI gonna take your job away? Well, I'll tell you something. In my production company, yeah, it was a headache until we started adapting it. Now we're selling it, which is great. But as an artist, am I worried about AI? Not really. If you go to TikTok, some videos are actually with my voice, but I never said anything. I've been cloned. I swear to God. Like, my friends send me things. I'm like, wait, that's, but I never said that. It's AI. It is what it is, right? But at the same time, the music, right? Like what about all the music that's going to be created with AI? What about us, original artists? What about how we bring ourselves to the future? Let me tell you something here. The reason why I stand in front of you today is because people have believed in me. It's because I believed in me. Because humanity works alongside AI. AI is not going to be above humanity. Art is a form of subjectivity. But we all know when we hear something and it just hits us every single time, like this, for example. Now, every time you'll hear that in every suite, in every room, in any Taj hotel on the planet, over 100 hotels, over 50 countries, you'll know a human being. I made this in a studio. But then when I went to the Taj Mahal in Bombay, listened to it, and I'm like, oh my God. What? This is ever? And then I ended up calling over 20 Taj hotels all over the planet, New York, London. And I was the weirdest guy who called because I was the only one who said, can you put me on hold? And they're like, sorry. And I'm like, can you actually put me on hold? I just want to listen to my own music. Is this guy okay? Like, I'm sure that's what they were thinking. But boom, there was my music on the phone. Because that music is an experience that guides you. The same way life guided me. The same way I'm here to guide you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. And I told you earlier that I'm going to prove to you, not everybody was a fan of my music. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be calling my mother right now. And I'm going to be asking her one simple question. Okay, check this out. Hopefully she'll pick up. I told her to pick up. She's like, why? I'm like, just pick up. Let's go, mama. I love you, mama. Yalla.
الو
Mama,
شو ماما قال لي؟
when I was young, did you like my music?
No.
Thank you, mama. Love you. Bye. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard me in the Dubai Opera and Coca-Cola Arena and other places, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show. Bye-bye.